Hi guys, and welcome to the latest live stream, my first live stream and video on the channel of 2020. I hope everyone had a really good new year and all that stuff. I didn't really do anything much, so yeah, just carrying on as normal, and I thought what better way to carry on as normal than to just do like a working hangout type thing. I've got a lot of work to do. I've been trying to keep on top of the shipping and on top of some kind of listing as well, because listing can easily get kind of pushed to the wayside, and I don't like that. So and we've been doing pretty well on the general store, and I want to kind of keep that momentum going. We actually kicked off 2020 really nicely. We actually had a sale come in at 7 minutes past midnight last night, where we sold a Technics amp for £200. So that was a really nice way of coming into the new year, of like starting the new year. And I just want to really maintain, grow that. I sometimes feel like Beck and I, or especially me, I suppose I just want to make hay while the sun is shining. When things are going well, I want to take advantage of it, and rather than taking my foot off, I do want to kind of just keep pushing and just making more of a good situation, rather than just taking my foot off the pedal and then only working really hard when it feels like we're on a downwards trend. I want to be working really hard when we're on an upwards trend. So that's kind of my aim. So I'll say a few hellos. Shazad joined in the chat as well. So Shazad, we've got Damien, we've got Paul Slade, Paul Lee Cowans, Michelle Lathan, Watcher 1421, Ruthie, Chris B, Kez 18, Antique Curios, Bad Biscuit, Lex, Silver, Manny, she's always flipping, Mandy. Yes, I can definitely wish Jeff a happy 44th birthday. Happy 44th birthday, Jeff. I'm gonna be 39 this year myself, and I'm kind of, I really want to make sure that we're in an upwards trend and working always just keeping going. But yeah, happy 44th birthday, Jeff. Catherine says McConnell says happy new year as well. Sally Kelly, Bronwyn from Australia. Shazad, that's a very good question. No new listings on the RC store. The RC store has been just left barren. It's still ticking away nicely. It's still actually ticking away. We started off the new year on the RC store with someone buying £35 of RC tyres, but that's definitely going to be a focus at first. So I want to just make sure that I'm on top of everything with the general store. We've already got like a clothing backlog building up, and I really want to work on that and just work through it all. There's a pile of clothes up there that needs to be done, and that's not even everything. I've even taken some stuff for myself. So this is the Under Armour hoodie that I saw, and that I picked out, and it's now mine. So I've picked out some clothes. It's really nice, actually, really comfortable. I like it a lot. It does say protect this house. It says protect this house as well, and I kind of feel like that's something else I need to do, is protect this house, because it's crumbling, guys. It's crumbling, and I'm not happy about it. So yes. Diary of a Flipper, Fritz Stell, Happy New Year to everyone that's saying Happy New Year. Chingiade, Happy New Year to you as well. Wilco101 saying Happy New Year as well. In it to flip it as well. John Salty Picker. And Mandy says thanks, Z, sounds like a really good strategy. And RVA Flips, Justin, who was just live actually, RVA Flips says Happy New Year's as well. Happy New Year as well, Justin. Okay, message was held for review. Bronwyn says our country is effed, but eBay's ticking along nicely. Yeah, I mean, I can only imagine. It's really nice for us to be kind of all happy and Happy New Year and a fresh start. Spare a thought for the parts of the world which are struggling a little bit, to say the least. And obviously Australia is definitely in a tough spot at the moment. Hopefully they can get those fires under control, because that's the devastation that's causing is crazy. And like I've seen, I think Mel from Back from Burnout is wearing like a smoke mask now. I mean, that's just not a nice way to live. So yes, that is a tough spot. So what I've got planned for this stream is, well, obviously we'll chat. I'm going to get on and do a little bit of listing as well. But yeah, I'm going to get some shipping sorted if I can, get some listing done if I can. I just have a little chat with you guys while I'm doing it, so it's not going to be super productive. Luckily, I think I've still got a couple of photos that I can get on with and get listed, and then yeah, we'll just go from there. Agreed, Bruno, it's horrible. Bruno says, thanks, Z. Yeah, I mean, it's just not, so many people stranded on the beach, says Diary of a Flipper. Yeah, I mean, it's so easy to forget, and these kind of days are always fickle, and I don't want to sound like a Grinch, and I don't want to get like negative about things, but, Christmas Day, New Year's Day, these are just passing moments, and what if you had problems or issues or stresses before Christmas and New Year's, the chances are you're still going to be facing them after New Year's and after Christmas Day. So it's really, and some people actually face them through that season. So for example, I always spare a thought for people that are like alone and lonely, especially at Christmas time, because there's so much advertising and promotion on TV with big happy families sharing big giant tables of food on Christmas Day and having a great time, and not everybody has that. And imagine if you were alone, and a lot of people are alone on Christmas Day, are alone on on New Year's Day, and you'd spare a thought for people that are in those situations. And then obviously if you take it to an even bigger level, there are parts of this world that are in some serious trouble, either through natural disaster or war or whatever, and that stuff doesn't stop magically because you're eating a turkey, or because you're celebrating the new year with some fireworks. And I don't want to be so glib about it, but I just feel that it's really important to, obviously people do spare a thought. One thing I've noticed today is the amount of adverts on television from charities. They're like really out there today, and you're getting some really strong advertising from a lot of charities, and they're going for the jugular. So like I saw this pet one, it's about stranded pets, and normally throughout the year when you see like charity adverts for pets, the pets, they make you feel sorry for the pets, but they're not like in terrible condition. Saw this one ad where every pet was like missing an eye or a leg, and really pulling at the heartstrings to get you to donate to them. So obviously going to a good cause, but there are so many causes, and you've got to make those decisions. I don't know where I'm going with that, but hey, why not? Verbal diarrhea is not the worst thing in the world. So yes, and Bronwyn from Australia says, yeah, smoky hair, need to wear a mask outside of aircon. See, I mean, that's just not how you expect to live, is it, guys? That is really shocking stuff. And Shazad says, grumpy Z is back. Thanks, we're safe here in Orange, surrounded by farmland, but the smoke is bad. Yeah, I mean, that is pretty tough. That is pretty tough. So the aim is to get some more work done. I have, like I said, I've got a bunch of stuff that I need to photograph, so I will be going over to the photo area. But I do have this nifty camera set up there as well. So when I'm taking photos, we'll be able to go over to that if necessary as well. So that would be pretty cool. But yeah, I'm gonna be just getting on and doing a bit of listing. Chernock's Connection says, good morning and happy new year. Same to you, Chernock's Connection. Mandy says, love the protect this house mantra. Protect this house. Yeah, that I need to definitely protect this house. That's what it says on my Under Armour hoodie that I love. Yeah, I need to definitely work on that. There's a lot of things I need to work on this, just generally. They're continuing projects. I'm not doing these things because of New Year and New Year's resolutions and stuff. I'm just trying to do these things, like cutting down on my sugar, Cutting down my sugar is something I'm really trying. I don't actually have sugar in my tea or coffee or anything like that. However, I did eat 6 Krispy Kreme donuts yesterday, so I let myself down there. So that's my struggle. So luckily my struggle is a lot better than other people's struggles. At least I'm not dealing with wildfires and things, but my struggles are not trying not to eat 6 Krispy Kreme donuts when they're in the house. But Krispy Kreme donuts, for those of you that have tried them, know are extremely tasty, and very difficult to not eat. And if you're up alone, then it's difficult to leave the box of donuts alone, I've found. And the worst part is we were talking, and then Beck was like, I only had 2 donuts, and then one of my daughters said, oh yeah, I only had 2, and the other one said I had 2, so they had 6 in total out of a box of 12, and that obviously left 6, and there were none left, which the maths proves without doubt that it was me that ate 6 donuts. Yeah, Krispy Kremes. And they weren't just the regular ones, they were like with the fillings and all that kind of stuff. But technically that was yesterday, so I suppose I can just chalk it down to 2019, and we'll move on. Alfie is the house protector, says Dave, and DB Resales is shocked at 6. Stretch your good morning, everyone, says Mother's Mustache. Yes, 6 Krispy Kreme donuts. You made me buy Tunnocks, says Mandy. Yeah, I ate all of those as well, so I've got to not buy those. In it to flip it says 6, no tummy ache. I'll take this sugar in my coffee. Yeah, no, I don't get tummy aches from eating lots. I just don't. I can eat. I could have eaten 12, really. I wouldn't have had any issues. I could comfortably have eaten a box of 12. I don't know. I just can eat and eat and eat and eat. It doesn't bother me. The only issue I can sometimes have is if I don't chew enough. It can sometimes cause like a bit of choking, but that's it really. Right, let me just show you guys quickly. Let me just show you guys what have we sold. So I just want to show you this because this is pretty cool. This is how we bought in the new year. So 7 minutes past, or 7 minutes past midnight. 7 minutes past midnight. We got an offer in for this Technics stereo amp. We had it up at 250, as you can see. I got an offer in of 200 plus shipping, and I was just like, I want it gone. It's a large, bulky item. I'm going to be having to obviously package and ship it, which is going to be a bit of a pain. But when a sale like that comes in, I'm just going to be taking it. So that was a really decent sale that we had. And the other sale I've got to package. I mean, I've been packing things as I go along. But these Musto hoodies I picked up have both now sold. So this was only listed for 10 days, guys. This hoodie, I had a larger one as well, which sold for 30. This one I took an offer of on 25, so it was up at 40. Got an offer of 25. I'm not going to argue because 25 quid I'll still take. So yeah, I was really pleased that sold straight away as well. They sold in 10 days of listing, so really good brand, definitely to look out for. So I've got those 2 items to ship on the general store. Then on the RC store. So I'm trying to get into like work now. On the RC store, I've got seven items that need shipping and packing. So I need to get those sorted as well. Okay, let me just go to do. Where is it? StreamYard, Chrome, no. Event list, alert box, Chrome window. That's the one I need. If I just change that to that. Okay, so RC store, we've got, again, this came through on the 1st of January 2020 as well, as you can see on the right hand side there. Someone bought 35 quid worth of RC tyres, and we've also got some other bits as well. So it's about 7 orders totaling £90 to ship on the RC store as well. So these are all sales. We've had the tyre sales came through today on the 1st, and then the remaining sales there were all from the 31st, because I've been shipping as I go along, because I just want to keep on top of things. So even the RC store is ticking along nicely. General store is obviously bringing in more money, but yeah, pretty happy. Six Donuts, oh man, please don't ask us if you look chunk in these jeans. Yeah, that was a one-off. I thought Six was just a real man serving. Why else would they sell them in sixes? Watcher, it was actually a box of 12. Yeah, a nice sale on the Technics, says Chris. Yes, I'm definitely going to be I'm definitely going to be getting on. I'm definitely going to be looking out for more of that kind of stuff. It's definitely a bit more of a pain to ship, but I think work, you have to work for the money sometimes. I've been spoilt recently with just packing RC parts into envelopes. But you obviously have a trade-off with that. You're never going to have like a £200 RC part sale unless someone goes and buys a stack of RC parts from you. It's just not going to happen. So even though it's a lot more effort to ship like a giant amp, and you have to package it correctly, and you have to go out hunting for boxes and this, that, the other. If you're doing it regularly, you can get that kind of stuff squared away. It's not a problem. You can make sure you've always got cardboard boxes. You can make sure you've got the right kind of bubble wrap and packing material, and then shipping things like the big bulky things doesn't become too much of a hassle. So I'm going to be looking out for more of those types of items because they do sell quickly. And they sell for good money as well. So that's not the only electronics item. I could actually show you guys a few of the electronics items. I am planning on doing like a proper what sold video as well. So I will be doing like a regular short what sold video. But just to give you guys an example, of how well the kind of electronics sells. Electronics just sells. Let me just show you another example of an electronic sale we recently had that was quite nice. We bought this Roberts DAB radio, Roberts MP Sound 53. I paid £20, I believe, for it. It wasn't in the best of condition. We were asking $89.99 plus shipping. It wasn't in the best of condition. It was missing the lettering on the Roberts logo. Only the O and the S were remaining. The R and the B and the E and the R and the T were all scraped off, so they were missing. And also the remote control was missing its battery cover on the back, so by no means in great condition. However, we paid £20, I think, or 25 tops for this, and we then accepted an offer of £70 on it, so £70 plus shipping. So that's a nice sale. £70 is going to be really, something that's going to give you a good boost in your turnover and good profit as well. 20 into 70, that's going to be quite a few smaller value items. So, and that's just another example of some of the electronics. And we've had a couple of like 70 odd pound sales that have come through that kind of range, like nothing super high end, because super high end stuff costs more to buy and stuff as well. So you have to bear that in mind. And it doesn't always come up that often. But here's another like bog standard sale. This actually sold for asking of £80. This is the second one I've sold within a couple of months, so definitely worth looking out for. It's a Humax FreeSat box. So this is the second one I've sold recently, and this one sold for the full £80. So again, nothing spectacular, just a bog standard bit of electronics. You test it out. It's not difficult to test. If you've got Sky TV, you can test out test it out fully. Otherwise, you can just run like a diagnostic, like a factory reset type thing on it, and it will kind of check itself. You can at least check the health of the hard drive and whatnot. But again, I can't remember what we paid for this, but it really wasn't much money. I think it was bundled together in a bunch of electronics, and we got full 80 quid for that. So that's a decent sale. So electronics are more of a pain. You do have to work hard on kind of testing them, and when it comes to shipping them, and obviously storage, they do take up that much more room. But they're worth good money, and there's all different versions. So that was a FreeSat box, so that's aimed at people that had Sky TV, that no longer want to have Sky or Sky Plus or whatever the current thing is. They don't want to pay the subscription any longer. You just buy a free set box, and the Humax brand is a good brand, and that sold for the full asking of £80. So yeah, really, they're good chunky sales, and chunky sales are always nice to have. I feel they're always good to have. And here's another example. This is a Freeview tuner, so a Freeview box. It's Freeview HD. It's a 500 gigabyte Freeview box. This, I think I didn't pay more than a £5 for, I think, again, I think it was bundled. I think I bought a bunch of electronics for really cheap, like 40 odd quid, I think, for a bunch of them, and these things were in there. And this is a Freeview Plus HD tuner. And again, very simple to test. It's got a HDMI socket. Hook it up to your TV. You can even use SCART if you want to. Plug it in. Make sure you go into the settings. Do like a full system restore. And completely worth picking up. This one I actually had to spend a bit of money on. I think I had to buy a replacement power supply from eBay, which only cost me £7 odd, and I listed it for 69, and I think we got an offer of around the £50 mark. And yeah, it's completely quick sale as well, quick sales for good money. So I really can't recommend it enough. If you've got the if you fancy doing it. Not everyone's going to fancy doing electronics. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but there's definitely money to be had. And it's just, I just feel that it's, it's worth doing. Then there are some which you have to be a little bit more careful of. So here is a VCR, a Philips VCR. I believe we paid like £2 or £3, something along those lines for this. It wasn't in the cleanest of condition. It had a few scuffs and marks, and again, it was missing. Again, it had some damage. The battery cover latch, plastic had broken, so it wasn't staying in place. So you had to keep it in place with tape. I listed this VCR for 40. Accepted an offer in the end of 25 plus shipping just to get it gone, because again, they're bulky, but still a nice profitable sale. Very easy to test if you keep a blank tape with you. I keep like a small portable TV which has a SCART socket, HDMI socket and whatnot on it, but I think they're really good things to have, electronic sales, because they can add a bit of heft to your turnover and give you some really good profit back, and give it back quickly. I'm gonna, like I said, I am gonna be sharing these in like a what sold as well, so where I'll go into them a little bit, more detail. But yeah, here's another one, a Sony camcorder. I think I paid £5 for this. I had it up at 100. We got an offer of 70 and we took it. So I'll go into more detail about these and talk about some sales in a proper sales video. But yeah, electronics definitely worth having, and they do push your push up your kind of turnover and your profit as well. Mandy says, I really believe this is going to be a great year for you, Z. You're making all of the right noises. Mandy, that's the problem. I make a lot of the right noises. I feel a lot of the times I'm good at saying the right things. I'm less good at doing the right things. So I hope you're right, Mandy. Beck and I have both we're really determined to make this year better. I mean, the nice thing is, when the dust has settled on last year, despite the setbacks, our sales ended up being as good as the year before. If anything, they were probably better, bearing in mind the extra costs that we took on. So the costs that we took on with the office, the costs of when I wasn't paying attention on the business really, when I was applying for jobs and things this year. I lost a couple of months to that, so I lost a lot of productivity. I think I must have lost about 3 months of productivity when it comes to work, because simply there were certain points of the year where I was just applying for jobs, going for interviews, doing training and actually working, where I wasn't paying nearly as much interest or putting as much effort into eBay as I should have been. And despite all of that, despite all of those issues, in the end, the sales have matched the year before. So we're really, really positive about that, because we're like, okay, that was we've made some decisions which didn't quite work out. We tried some stuff, so we've learned a lot from 2019, and yet still we managed to keep the money on point. So this year we're hoping it's just going to be much more much more kind of targeted. So yeah, I do appreciate that. Hey Karen has popped in as well. Thank you for popping in, appreciate it. Hi to South London Reseller and Stu Mandry and Claire Borden. And Money Mental UK Andrew. I saw Andrew did like a 4-hour stream, and then Tommy and Tracy were there with a 6-hour stream. So a lot of New Year's streaming happening. Mandy says, returns scare me with electronics. I know nothing about this stuff. Returns, there's not really a lot you can do about them. It's just part of it. I don't let it bother me because I think overall it pays off. Okay. Love electronics, says DB Resells, turning out not to be a fan of clothes selling. See, I think like with anything, the answer is to have a bit of everything. I love the clothes selling. I really do. I really enjoy. I really enjoy it. I really do enjoy clothes selling. It's one of the things that kind of motivates me to just because you get good profit. As long as you're buying the right kind of clothing. There's some good profit to be had for not a great deal of work. I don't see photographing clothes with a tape measure as work anymore. Beck and I have also got a good system that to help along during the week. She comes home and I pick out just 5 items of clothing for her, sometimes more, and she'll come straight home from work and just list those. So I just feel that that's something that I really, apart from that as well, I myself list clothes and do the photos and the measurements and whatnot. And, I was looking back at some of my old videos on YouTube, and this is one of the things that YouTube is fantastic for, is when you can look back and you can actually see stuff that you did years and years ago, and you can look back and go, if you feel that you've fallen off track, or if you feel that you've maybe lost some of your direction and you want to go back to what was working for you, this is some of the occasions where YouTube can be fantastic. There are you can learn a lot from yourself sometimes just going back, and I was looking back at certain videos and I was seeing how heavily invested in clothing I used to be. There was a point where clothing and footwear were basically the majority of the business, where I would just be buying job lots of used clothes from auction, like literally pallets worth. So to make the buying at auction worthwhile, I would buy so much that it would be cheap. I mean, a bag of used clothes wasn't selling for a lot of money back then. I think things may have changed, prices might have gone up now, but there was a point where you were paying like £6 to £10 and you get like a sack of used clothing, and obviously there'd be rags in there that you just have to accept and discard, but there'd often be some really nice items in there as well. And I used to just do that a lot, and I just enjoyed it. It's profitable. They're easy to store. I don't know, I just feel that the truth is always in the middle. So rather than being completely clothes or completely electronics, I just feel a healthy mix is probably the wisest thing to do. So yeah, that's how I feel. Agree, DB. I have never sold clothes, says Crispy. Electronics, etc., all the way for me. Yeah, I love the clothes. I really do. Hey, Shelsteruni. Happy New Year, says Shelsteruni. They're slow to list. Don't find many good ones in my area, and I'm not very fashion minded. You don't have to be fashion minded. It depends. Mandy says, I gained by 2k against previous year, not as good as I'd hoped, but given 2019 was a tough year, I'm happy, says Mandy. Yeah, that's really, that's the way to look at it. It's still an improvement. Speaking of electrical items, just had my first kitchen of 2020, a Breville gourmet pie maker, says DB Rizels. Cool. And me and Karen bashed out some figures yesterday. Thanks, Karen, says Mandy. Yeah, I was really happy to see that we'd ended up matching what we had done the year before. I think the reason why I felt a bit disheartened at points during this year was, or during last year, was because whereas the previous year in 2018, all of our sales were coming through in one store, in 2019 we split the stores. And I think that when we split the stores, it obviously made the figures of the RC store look like they were a lot worse. But actually looking back on it, they haven't been. It's just that all the stuff that would have been listed on there, because I'm always picking up electronics, this, that, the other, odds and ends and things that you pick up at car boots, charity shops, auctions, and those would also go onto the main store with the RC stuff in 2018. But in 2019 we obviously separated it, but when you add the figures up, we're still just fine, even considering all the changes eBay made, considering all the changes we made, considering all, everything. It's been, in looking back on it, it's been fine. And now I think about it, it really does emphasize the importance of when people say you've got to look at your figures on a longer timeline. Looking at your figures weekly is unhealthy. Looking at the monthly is maybe helpful, to spot trends, but really you've got to be looking at it like in quarters or something, something a bit more substantial. And looking at it year on year is obviously the best thing. It just gives you, because you look back and you think, all that worry, so all that stress that we took on, because there were times where you stress really badly. You're like, wow, what are we doing wrong? Things are just going completely wrong. And you look back at the year overall, and you've actually hit the same amount of turnover, or beaten it. I think we actually have just about beaten what we did the previous year. So it's crazy. So yeah, I just feel that's important. Shelley says, as a head, you aim for a level of profit per month. Not at the moment. We've got like a rough idea of how much money we need, but yeah, it's not as particular as that. We're kind of working more towards like a good turnover figure, because we know what roughly our average profit tends to be, because obviously clothes, etc., it's a pretty fixed cost of buying. Hey Jake Birch. And Shazad says, my returns and items not received are about 1k a month, just the cost of doing business, especially on that scale, definitely. And Highway Bus says, there is something to be said for specializing in a niche like electronics and becoming known as an expert in the area. Helps to have a personal interest in the field. Definitely, I think that's why we split the radio control stuff from the general stuff. But yeah, having a niche does help, because obviously you then know what to look for, etc. But I feel that you need to have like a consistent income, to have a more consistent income, or to give yourself a better chance of having a consistent income. I think it's nice to have a range of items that why not become knowledgeable about more than one niche? Why not be an expert in more than one niche? I would say now I'm pretty good at picking out clothes that are going to fetch me £20 plus per item. If I look at the average selling price on the general store, let me actually check it out, what the average price is for 2019. Our average selling price 2019, once it loads up, reports, bear with me guys, I'm just going to have a look and see what it's saying. So for 2019, our average selling price was £31, so that's not too shabby. That is really not too shabby at all. So I think I'd say I'm pretty good at picking out that kind of stuff now, and just becoming knowledgeable about a number of niches, just to kind of give yourself a better chance of a steady income. That's all. Because the thing is, when you're out looking for stock, you might specialize in electronics, but if you don't find electronics, then you need to know that you're going to be able to pick on clothes or toys or whatever else is there, shoes. You've got to have the ability to go out, because the worst thing in the world would be to go out looking at auctions and limiting yourself to just a certain niche and letting all this other stock go out of your sight. So that's what I would say. Okay. The only value eBay could offer Amazon is its user base. Everything else about eBay is 10 years behind Amazon, both tech and platform wise. Probably. Hey Cookie and the Haydens, Chris. Right, I've got to go and die some more. Happy New Year, everyone. Don't drink on YouTube. No worries, Andrew. Thanks for popping in. 2019 was a roller coaster. And Shelley says, I had an awful first 9 months, but Q4 brought me right back on track. Yeah, I think that's how it's felt. We seem to have pulled it out of the hat at the last moment. D says, good morning, all. Marika says, with clothes, I sell only men's vintage jackets, jerseys, some t-shirts, easy to list, no need to iron. Bloody LZ, mine's only £19. That's on our general store though, Mandy. On the RC store it's a lot lower. I think on the RC store our average for 2019 was £18. So yeah, so on the RC store, which has got the lion's share of our sales, so let me just have a look. Let me just make sure I'm giving you the correct info. Yeah, so £18 average selling price on the RC store. So average selling price on the RC store a lot lower, 31 on the general store, 18 on the RC store. The RC store is always going to be like that. So yeah. Have you ever thought about going up a shop level to the big one, says Shelley. She's asking Mandy. It's a big jump, isn't it? It's a big jump for that, I think. Right. Wow, I've been chatting for a while. Hey, D. Hope you're well. If I haven't already said hi. Hi to the Seam store. Happy New Year as well. Over 80 people watching, which is fantastic. Thank you for popping in. Time to work on the taxes. Yeah, I've got to do the taxes for the general store now. I'm not looking forward to that. I've done the main store, so that's a good thing. Got to do the general store. Chernock says, I think I did enough sourcing in 2019, focusing on way more listing in 2020. Yeah, I mean, that's literally what that's what I need to get on top of. I've myself, it's so easy to fall behind. I've been listing and picking things up, I've been picking things up and listing them very quite well recently. It's been quite good. We tend to list the items within the same week, but all it takes is a couple of days of good sourcing, and before you know it, you've got a stack of clothes. If you're listing clothes or whatever, you've got a stack of stock unlisted. So we've now got 2 tubs and that pile there, and that's literally just from a couple of days of, a few days of sourcing but not listing. And it's just gotten out of control. It's so quick to get out of control. It is really important that you do keep it under control, because otherwise it's just you're just asking for like a backlog to build up, and backlogs just build up far too easily. I just feel that it's just important to kind of to bear that in mind, because otherwise you're just going to kind of fall afoul of it, and then you're going to keep on going out and buying, because I'm definitely not going to stop buying. That's the thing. That's definitely not something I'm going to do. Always going to go out and buy. That's one thing I have learned is don't clam up and be like, oh, things aren't selling, I better, don't do that. That's a bad thing to do. That's how I feel anyway. Just have a look at this. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of listing now, and then I'm going to get on with some photos and whatnot. The bins aren't open today, Mandy. I'm still going. Hi Sid, Happy New Year, by the way. The bins aren't open today, so that's why I'm not going today. But I will be going tomorrow. I'm going to source basically every day. When I'm buying clothes and things, I'm happy to go out and source every day. But I've just got to make sure that I'm listing every day as well. That's the thing. It's important to just keep going out there, because you just never know what you're going to find. You just never know. Okay, I'm doing a bit of listing, so I thought I may as well just share listing. Vintage YSL. What color is the jumper? I think it's like beige. I think beige knitted sweater pullover jumper, and it's a size L. Size L. Okay. Oh, how do you even spell that? I don't know. I don't even know if it's worth putting in Yves Saint Laurent in the title. Yves Saint Laurent. Okay, men's. That'll be fine. Okay, I've got to remember to put label SKU stuff in. Now I don't know where it's gonna go, so I'm just gonna leave that bit for now. But I'm just gonna put in the date listed. Make sure everyone's hitting the thumbs up. Over 90 people in here. Wow, yeah. Thank you for popping in, guys. I hear what you're saying about multiple niches, but no one can easily become a jack of all trades and master of... Yeah, but one can easily become a jack of all trades and master of none. One good option is to broaden one's comfort base within a niche and grow that way. Highway bus, what I would say... what I would say is you're right. I think you can't... There is a danger that you will just end up with nothing, with not enough knowledge, like you said, a jack of all trades. But what you can do is, if you can see your business as the long-term game plan, there's nothing stopping you in solely selling in the niche for a year or two. There's nothing stopping you saying, you know what, this year I'm going to focus heavily on clothing, and go out every day and source clothing and list clothing and learn about clothing and just really tailor your business, because we're small fishes, we're small entities, we're not these big giant corporations. The one thing we can do is we can pivot very quickly to different directions. You can change. One day you can be a clothing reseller, and the next day you can decide, actually, I'm no longer a clothing reseller. I am now going to sell action figures. You don't have to worry about a brand unless you've got like a big website or something. It's not like H&M are suddenly going into the fast food industry and racking their brains thinking, okay, how are we going to market ourselves as H&M is no longer being synonymous with cheap high street fashion, but now to be synonymous with fast food. We don't have to worry about that. You're just selling on eBay. No one really cares about your store. No one really cares about all that stuff. It's just about, they're going to type stuff into search, what they're looking for, and find it. So I feel that you can definitely just put your head down to something and spend a year or two just immersing yourself in it, and you'll then be as masterful of that as you're gonna get. Then any knowledge you gain over that is only going to be it's going to be exponentially less, isn't it? You're going to get that thing of diminishing returns, right? So if you spend a year just doing nothing but listing and buying and selling clothes, you're going to pick up you're going to go from 0 to 100 100 in terms of your knowledge very quickly, then over the years there's always going to be stuff to learn, but it's going to just be incremental knowledge gain. And then what you can do is you can just switch to a completely different niche and build it that way. All the stuff that I've done or learned about has been through, it's taken time. The hi-fi stuff, I used to work for hi-fi shops, I used to work in electronics shops for many years, so that was a given. I know that stuff. Video games and stuff, it was my era, that's what I used to immerse myself in, so again it wasn't really like hard learning. When I first started reselling, I did a lot of clothes, so the clothing became huge. Like I said, when I first, this is the beauty of YouTube, is you can look back and you can see I was buying bags of footwear, bags of clothes, and I learned a lot about clothes in that time period. And I was selling a lot of clothes in that time period. I remember selling all kinds of brands, like all kinds of footwear brands, all kinds of other brands, and doing really well out of it. And then like I kind of naturally veered away to just general pickups from the car boots and stuff. But then obviously we got into this whole RC stuff. Again, my knowledge massively increased in a very short period of time, just having to deal with a lot of it. And so over time, it's not something that just happens easily, but I do feel that over time, and you do have to give it time, you can build up and become quite knowledgeable. I would say that I'm probably as knowledgeable about like my action figures as I am about my hi-fi, as I am about my clothes. I wouldn't say like as I am about my RC. You know, I'm pretty, you know, I know what to look for. I don't need to know I don't need to necessarily know every brand. That's kind of knowledge that you can just pick up over time. Knowing a brand is less important than just knowing what is a good quality piece of clothing. So just knowing to look for certain things, like with jeans, looking for selvage jeans, or for shoes, looking for Shell Cordovan shoes, looking for certain things that you see on better brands of clothes. So if you look at like really good pairs of trousers, they'll often have some fancy trim on the inside, the extra bits of the labeling, the extra bits of detail that they put in. When you start looking at good quality men's shirts, like all the, you know, Ted Baker or the Paul Smith shirts and things like that, and you can start telling which ones are going to be a bit more interesting. You figure out easily enough that the more colorful or more outgoing an item is, the more likely it is to be successful. You know, plainer clothes are going to be much harder to sell unless it's you know, got something special about it in terms of the material it's made from. Loads of different things, and you pick that up over time. Seamsos has had a record year here, met my Q4 goal. Now I just got to keep the pace for 3 or 4 more years. Anyway, staying happy and interested in what you're doing is probably the most important thing. Very true as well, Highway Bus. Games and Gaming says, when I started, I couldn't understand how you could have a backlog of stuff to list. 6 months on and I'm surrounded by stuff. I haven't got time or motivation to list. Yeah, that's the thing. Backlogs build up very quickly, and very hard to get out of once you're in them. Darren, hi Darren. I saw Darren's Instagram photo, I think it was, of a really nice looking pizza and some rhubarb custard cider. Afternoon, 40 minutes in, how much work has he actually done? None. I'm about to list my first item, Darren. Thanks for bringing that up. Shelley says, yes, growing my shop massively this year is a possibility, as listing littles eats up listing very quickly. Hello, lovely, says Joe. Hi, Joe. Accountant says, I'll owe 25k tax in addition to the quarterly payments I've already sent in. Wow, seems to. And Darren says, I've branched out now, sell anything and everything. I don't stick to niches. Everything has doubled for me in that time. I don't need to be a master in everything. I just know enough to make money. Yeah, very true. Very true. The only thing with that, I would say though, Darren, is you've got to get that stuff in and listed, because if you're dealing in stuff that you're not necessarily that passionate about, it can easily just get left behind. That's one thing I'll say. Bluegrass Picker says, I love your content, Z. You're so valuable to my resale business and YouTube channel. Thank you, Bluegrass Picker. That's very kind of you to say. Hey, Crony G Crone. Ringo Cat says, watch Steve from Raking Profits a few weeks ago. He said we should consider ourselves blessed by the fact we/anybody can just pick up stuff and sell it on eBay. Many people don't have that option. I think that's a very good point. That's a very good point, Ringo Cat. And Shelsteruni says, ooh, Shell Cordovan, where'd you hear that from, Z? Oh, you know, it's my bud, Ronnie Hart, you know, my BFF. Yeah, you know, yeah, Ronnie Hart, just a wealth of knowledge. All right, I'm actually going to get on and list this item quickly as well. So that's like a, does not apply. Updating draft. Hey Jody, how are you? And hi Paul and Lou, how are you? So let me just quickly list this. Including this patch on upper sleeve, still with the new owner. Please see photos for further detail. Okay. In it to flip, it says, at Ken, I was beginning to think I was the only one. What did Kent? Oh, Fake and Profit says all kinds of things. I actually think you can take something from a lot of people's channels, and I actually like Steve Rakin. I've got no issues with him. I think he's transparent. I really do. I don't think he's. Yeah, I just don't feel that there's anything really wrong with him. I've watched him for many years when he first started out selling clothes, and he was like all hyped about selling clothes, and he's obviously moved into a different direction with his business. But I don't know. There are gurus that are trying to sell guides and whatnot, but I don't know. I can't begrudge people that. I think if some people will want the information that's available for free, some people want it presented to them nicely. Some people want a product. Some people just want a product. You know, like it is a solution. Look at it this way. I don't know. Look at it this way. There's all the information to learn anything is out there, right? If you wanted to, you could now learn to become a professor in calculus. You could, okay? Because any book on calculus will be available at the library. There are lots of resources online. You can even watch MIT lectures, you know, on YouTube. You can actually watch lectures from the likes of Professor like Gilbert Strand, you know, and people like that who are like calculus masters and whatnot, right? And I feel that just because the information is out there doesn't mean that sometimes you need that information to be all gathered together and presented to you in or taught to you. For you to take it in. The information is all out there. I could become a nuclear physicist because the information is all out there. Same with reselling. All the information is out there. It's all readily available. But you know, some people don't want to sift through and watch videos and watch hours of live streams or whatever. You know, they don't want that, and they're happy to pay for a product, and it is a product where everything becomes like neatly packaged and together, and there's value in that. I not necessarily for me, but I just feel that there's nothing wrong with it. I honestly do. I genuinely feel that sometimes those guys get a bit of flack that I just don't. You know, if you don't like it, that's fine. But that's just how I feel. His toy guides, yeah, probably expensive for most if they aren't sellers, says Bluegrass Picker. And I liked him before he morphed into what he is now. Says in It's Flip It, I don't mind selling info, but he just doesn't seem very authentic anymore. Nothing against the guy, I just unsub. That's completely fine. You can take something from any YouTuber. People that want to be spoon-fed may end up going down the wrong path. Seek your own path, it's the only way. Also, I think the people that want to be spoon-fed, Darren, are not going to succeed because they want to be spoon-fed anyway. Do you know what I mean? So I think like that's like doomed anyway. That's just, it's a doomed mindset to have. Like if you are coming into business and you're thinking the only way I'm going to succeed, I want an easy way to learn all of this stuff. You know, I've seen, for example, I've seen Nick Hills reselling for 20 years. I need to know everything Nick knows quickly. I want to know it now. I want to know it now. You're doomed at that point because you're not going to know it now. And there will be someone there to sell you a guide with all the information that someone like Nick has and all the knowledge he has packaged into a nice product for you, and all the information will be there, but you're still doomed because you're not going to be able to absorb, and more importantly, you're not going to be able to actually use that information or effectively without putting the time in. It takes time. The bottom line is all of this takes time. There is no quick fix. Even with a guidebook, it takes time. I think the one thing that you can say is, like, when people are like buying these guidebooks takes years off of learning, it probably does, but it still takes time. It still takes time to put that in. But anyway, but you're also right that a small bunch are willing to pay for mentoring, etc. It's a very small percentage, though, in the whole grand picture. Very true. The only reason you don't know something is because you haven't learnt it yet, says Stu. Hey, Bargain Effect. How are you, Tommy? Learn by doing the hard way, says DBG. Professor Z, I wish. Kent says the people are looking for a quick flip, and my opinion is it hurts us as a whole. Reselling lifestyle is just that. I think the people that are in it for the long run will always outlast these small spikes in, like, for example, if you're worried about a whole bunch of people jumping into it because Gary Vee's talked about it, just as quickly as they jump in is as quickly as they jump out, Ken. Honestly, I wouldn't worry about that because, like, in the scheme of things, someone like Steve Rakin or someone like Rockstar Flipper, their channels are still very, very, very small. You know, you need to be more concerned about when someone like Gary Vee or Casey Neistat or some big vlogger with millions of subs talks about how easy it is to sell on eBay. But and yes, there'll be a short influx of people jumping into the market, but they will also jump out very quickly because it's very short lifespan, very short attention span for that kind of stuff. So I would just say that I wouldn't be too concerned with that stuff. It just, different audiences, people just like to follow certain channels and get into what they're doing. I just feel that that's all there is to it. But also remember that even all car parts were free, people would still pay for a complete one. Exactly, Darren. Exactly. Yeah, that's very true, Darren. Even if all cars were free, people would still pay for a complete. So even in the RC world, you know, if you've got a complete RC car, it's a lot more attractive than one that needs fixing, even though the parts are all available. Bluegrass Picker says, I love YouTube. I'm addicted to learning. I learned a lot from Rakin last year. Yeah, there's a lot to learn from people like him, definitely. Reseller King says, we live in a generation where everyone wants it instantly. Yep, very true. Jody says, it's mind-blowing how much I've learned from YouTube. You can learn so much. Yeah, absolutely. So much to learn. And not just one thing. Hey, Andy asked, did I go to the Razer store? No. No, I didn't go to the Razer store. I'm gutted. I just couldn't justify the cost in the end, Andy. Like, it would have just been me going. The family surprisingly didn't want to go. I think one of my daughters would have gone with me. But I feel the cost of it just didn't. I couldn't justify it, unfortunately. But I really do want to visit the Razer store next time I'm in London. I will be definitely popping in though. That's the plan. When we next go to see family, then I will definitely. 100 people watching. Wow, really? Thank you to everyone that's watching. If you haven't said hi in the chat, say hi. Leave a thumbs up. It's just a little chat and bit of listing. I guess it's going to end up being mostly chat, to be honest with you. Okay. Just follow who you want to follow. Every single one of your subscriber lists are different, says Jody. C Rakin has a lot of haters, but I learned from him in my reselling. I started reselling because of him, and when I'm down I watch his videos. He gets me. Yeah, Reseller King, I agree with you. Rakin is very motivational. I think Rakin has got the ability to inspire people. Some of his videos are really, they're good points. They're very short. He does these little bullet point videos, and you can just, quick digestible content with a point most of the time. A lot of these big channels, they offer a lot of actual information. I really do think so. Right. I wouldn't bother listing that jumper. Your description says it says it all. It's faded and has marks. Don't waste your inventory space. That's my advice. I appreciate your advice, Owly Boy, but it will still sell even with the marks. You're right. I've probably made it sound a lot worse, but the photos show it. There's like a small mark. It's a bit of discoloration. Someone might be able to get it out with some vanish or something. I'm just not willing to do that. We put it through the wash and it hasn't come out. So I'm just going to leave it at that. So yeah, I think it'll be fine. Honestly, I think it will sell fine. I've sold these before as well, and this is a vintage one as well. So, I think it'll be fine, and it will sell quickly as well, I reckon. Being a vintage YSL jumper. I didn't put it's got embroidered logo. That's okay. I'm going to put small because it is a small discolored patch. Sometimes I like to undersell and over deliver. I'm loving their new warehouse. It's huge. Wish I could have that kind of space. Oh, Rally Roos, definitely. They have a lot of haters when you start crying. Yeah, I think success. It comes with success, guys. It comes with success. That kind of attitude. Everyone. It's no different. It's really no different to music snobbery, isn't it? If you think about it, it's no different. You always hear people saying this. I used to listen to them before they were famous. I think it's just, I don't know. I just feel that that's how it is. Like, people like listening to a band, and then they become famous. And because they become famous, suddenly they are not any good anymore. Suddenly they're no good anymore. They're not as good. They're sellouts or this. That's a mentality issue. It's just kind of, it's just people. Just people. I think all these big channels, I feel that they do get a lot of hate, and I think most of it is unjustified. At the end of the day, everyone's out to make a living for themselves. They're not. You can argue if they're harming people or not, but there's lots of information out there, all kinds of information. It has value. Good information has value, as does bad information. You can still sell it. So just like food, there's good food and there's bad food. It both have value. It's not, a Brussels sprout doesn't cost 500 quid a sprout because it's good for you. It's actually worth less than a Wham bar. A Wham bar probably costs more than a Brussels sprout would. So a sweet which is bad for you, has more value than a food stuff that is good for you. it comes down to that. It comes down to it. And some people, it's the same with information. There's good information, there's bad information, but they both have value. And I just feel that sometimes there's unnecessary kind of hate on this stuff. Just how I feel. Let's see what other comments there are. I have an admiration for anyone who can resell and do a YouTube channel. No idea how you find the time, says the Seam Store. It's not easy. It's not easy. It will slow you down. We could be a lot further along on our eBay business were it not for YouTube, because obviously YouTube takes a lot of time to watch it, to make videos, to stream. So I would say we'd probably be further along, had we not done YouTube. But if you enjoy doing it, then you enjoy doing it. So I feel that's just the way it is. Okay, Ford blue full zip fleece. What is it? Ford. I think it's a racing one, so I'm gonna have to put in some kind of in a racing thing. Ford World Rally Team. World Rally Team. Okay. Right, let's see what else the comments are saying. I'm reading comments, I know, guys, but I have to do comments. I love the comments just give me a buzz. Just love it. The only mantra worth learning is you are the guru. Most YouTube channels are about personalities and socializing. Learn your craft by practicing it. Highway bus, practice makes perfect. I agree. YouTube is, I don't know, it can be helpful. Like with anything, it's what you choose to take from it. Some people just get a sense of being part of something. So some people will be in this chat and they'll be just enjoying being in the chat, and talking to other like-minded people. Some people will want to take information from it. So if there's any actual information that they might not know, or they might just be looking for another opinion. So that's why sometimes people ask questions and whatnot. There's so much you can take. And let's see what other comments there are. Zahir, I watched the other day a few of your old footwear videos. Please keep, says Marrakesh. I will do more if I can. Jody says, yeah, because it's why I sell it will sell and probably quickly enough at the right price. Yeah, I think so. The marks look a lot worse. In my description sounds worse. The photos will do a good job. I think Rakin is quite sweet, says Shelley. He does come across as quite sincere and makes mistakes. I think he's very open. I honestly do. South London Reseller says Rakin's car videos are annoying. I like his car videos. Chernox says the vintage clothing community is like that too. Jennifer Hayes says hi. It's the love the underdog thing. We love them until they make it, then we want to drag them back down. The media does it all the time. Very, very true, Darren. I 100% agree with you. Reseller King says, I have learned everything from God. Gosh, where was I? Oh, it's gone. Okay. I think the car videos are just short pep you up talks. I can cope with those. They're short. Yeah. A wham bar costs more than Brussels sprout. The quote says, you like that quote, John? John, out of context. Thank you, John. Chris Lynn has a much more analytical approach, and Scavenger Life are so interesting. Both of those guys are fantastic. South London Reseller. Very, very true. Shelley says, Zahir, would you be prepared to cut back on YouTube to get more listings done? Honestly, no. I wouldn't. I mean, I think what would happen, because I've tried this before, I enjoy doing it so much that when I'm not doing it, I feel the time that I have, the time I gain from not doing YouTube doesn't equal, that time doesn't go straight to listing. It just doesn't. So yeah, that's why I wouldn't be prepared to. I think that's just how I feel. I think we could definitely do more if we just didn't. If I wasn't interested in making YouTube videos, it'll be different. Problem is, I like making them. I really enjoy it, and also, guys, this is something I've done for a long time. Like before reselling, I enjoy doing it, and you've got to have something that you enjoy doing, and this for me is it. I just love making videos about stuff. I support people that I've learned from, and that's all. You're doing from courses, whether it be super chats or courses. Exactly, Reseller King. Very well said. Recently, there was a guy posting tons of info about eBay in chat and didn't even sell on eBay. Lol, crazy, says Kent. And Darren says, I stopped doing YouTube for a long time and it really helped my business. Getting back into YouTube this year, but I won't let it get in the way of business again. Well, I mean, it depends though, Darren. You could even see YouTube as part of the business. Like, if you look at what the guys like Lonnie and Justin and John Cincinnati Picker, those guys, and Nick as well. Nick has mentioned this as well. That the sales that those guys are getting from YouTube are now an important part of their business. So, and we've noticed a couple of people buying stuff from our store that otherwise wouldn't have bought from our store. People sometimes like to buy from who they know. We've got regular people that are in the chat that buy from us, and so you can see it as part of the business as well. Obviously, there's got to be a balance, because they're very much working like hand in hand, don't they? So if I wasn't out buying interesting cool stuff and then showing it, then no one would want to really watch the videos, and then no one would like want the stuff, kind of thing. It's difficult to say. Don't you dare cut back. We need you. Very funny, Ken. I'm sure you could do quite well without these videos. Darren says, yeah, but I'm not global super. Oh, very funny, Darren, very funny. But that's how you become a global superstar, Darren, by putting out the videos. It's viable, guys. I mean, I've heard a lot of the big kind of entrepreneurs talk about this, that in the future, currency is going to be attention. The currency that is in demand. Why companies like Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, why they're worth so much? Because they command people's attention, and they're designed to command your attention. Look at YouTube, it's designed to command your attention. You can't, you have to give it your attention. You struggle not to. It's such a influential form of media. So in the future, like, currency is going to be people's attention. The more attention that you can keep, that's monetizable, isn't it? So take from that what you will. Right, on to the second item. So now I'm going to list a Ford Rally Team hoodie. Okay, is it memorabilia? I don't know if it's memorabilia, but we'll call it memorabilia. Ford World Rally Team. Ford World Rally Team. Hey Lainey, I can't stop, I just wanted to wish you all a happy new year. Happy new year to you as well, Lainey. Ringo Cat says Lonnie has approximately 450 listings up and still went quiet over Christmas due to lack of listings. Yeah, exactly. You got to keep listing. You still got to do the work to some extent. Yesterday I deleted my whole store and now I'm relisting every single item. Stuff that I've had on there for a year is now selling, says Reseller King. Wow, that is something that could be worth doing. I'm invested into YouTube reselling community now and wouldn't be without it, says Damien. I've learned so much and the social aspect is just as valuable as the knowledge. Less of the global trotter and more Rodney Trotter, lol, says Shazad. Thank you, Shazad. Shazad is always there to crush my spirit and bring me down. I appreciate it. Same Joe, my George Ross mug arrived yesterday. I've got a George Ross mug as well. I must say I love George Ross as well, and I really enjoy his local charity shop hauls. Yeah, I've got a George Ross mug, and I've got a Lonnie mug, which unfortunately went through the dishwasher and is now just a plain blue mug. But I know in my heart that it's a Lonnie mug, so I'm happy to have done that. And George's mug is very nice. I got the green trim one, so yes. And Shernock says, I feel like doing YouTube is a break from my working on eBay. I mean, you can see it as that. You can see it as an extension of your work on eBay. You can see it as... It depends on how serious you are about your YouTube stuff, I suppose. You know, I think it just depends, really. So, Ford World Rally Team, blue full zip hoodie... hoodie embroidered patches, logos, and it's a size. What size is it? What size is this thing? Let's look at the size. It is a size large. Oh, and it's M Sport. Why didn't I put that in? Size L. So what I'll do, instead of embroidered logo patches, embroidered logos. Oh yeah. Full zip hoodie. I should put Ford. Yeah, I'll put M Sport maybe. M Sport. Ford. Well, right. Okay, that'll be fine. And then we're going to put that in other custom label. I'm just going to put the date in because I don't know where I'm going to put it yet. I should really be putting it somewhere as well. And Shernock says, I feel like doing YouTube is a break from my work on eBay. Joe Davey says, that's cool, DB resells. I hope he does really well in his new unit. And Shazad says, someone needs to keep your feet on the ground. Happy New Year, says Vintage Vic. I really enjoy your vids and have learnt much from them. Looking forward to more in 2020. Thank you, Vintage Vic. Appreciate that. And Flippin' Pain says, happy new decade, everyone, as well. Okay, so we're just going to go for the same kind of listing. Good condition with some marks wear, but without the sleeve thing. From A. Ooh. From good condition with some marks from age still with plenty of life in you. And then please see. Okay, that's fine. And then we whack those in. Copy and paste the photos. Type is clothing. 2000s motorsport rally is not match worn, so we'll leave that. I'll put countries unknown, modified no, and that is superb. Copy that across and paste it back down here. I used to check the mobile friendly checker, but I've kind of stopped doing that. I hope that's not still a thing. There you go. No horizontal scrolling. Okay. So all my active content. Okay, yeah. So okay, they fixed that. Then that's good. So this thing, I'm just gonna put at $29.99 with best offer. Trending rate is 6%. Wow, crazy. May as well leave it at that. I don't mind. 186. If it sells quickly, we'll see. And we'll save that as a draft as well. Okay, I've already listed 3 items. So these 2 that I've just done now, these are going to take me to 5 listings. And then I'm going to actually take some photos of some stuff as well. Listing while listening, says Reseller King. South London Reseller says, love the YouTube community. Shelley, Karen in the morning too. Z, Andrew, Tommy at night, but can't watch too much. Need to list low. Yeah, you've got to keep it in check, definitely. Promoted listing should be 1%, says Shazad. Do you still go by the 1% rule? If so, then I'll end mine, because I've been changing it around. I've been trying different things, but if you think 1% is definitely just all you need, then I may just go for 1%. You haven't needed to do mobile checker for ages. I never did it anyway, says Shelly. Yeah, I thought you didn't. I haven't checked it for ages. I just wanted to make sure that it was coming across, because there was a time where it wasn't for whatever reason. Yeah, which would be quite annoying. 1%. Okay, 1% then. We'll 1% them. No worries. Alright. I think we are good. And get those listed. Marcella says, explain the 1%, please. Well, what it is, as far as I'm aware, Shazad in the chat, he's done quite a few experiments using different percentages for the promoted listings, and he found that 1% is all you needed. It didn't make any difference to having 1% to giving away more. So that's what he has found, the 1%, and he actually did some experiments on this, and had 1%. So if that's the case, then it makes no sense to just give away more percentage. Kent says, I do more based on the item. Yeah, I don't know, it's so difficult to say, isn't it? I don't know, but 1% is at least something, is better than nothing. That's the way you got to look at it. Right. Wow, it's 3:30 already. 3:30. Right, what I've got to do now is, oh gosh, I've got a bunch more listings to do, but I'm worried if I actually switch the camera thing, is it going to be like super bright? Let me just have a look. Anyway, I don't know. Right. Okay, guys, I think we've been on for over an hour. I've managed to do 2 listings in an hour, but 5 in total today, and I want to get through more of that pile of clothes. I was gonna just stream while I'm taking photos, but I don't know how that will be, how that will look. I don't know. Let's have a look. I could do, but I mean, what's the point? Would you guys, hi the hills, how are you? In the chat, if you guys can let me know, do you want to have the live stream running while I'm taking photos? You'll just be seeing me taking photos over there. Let me know what you guys think. If you think it's just rubbish, then I will stop it. If you want it to just be like the stream running while I'm just taking photos, let me know. Because I do need to take more photos. Otherwise, it's pointless. Anyone in the chat? Is there anyone there? I don't know. Anyone else keep thinking it's Sunday, or is it just me? Yeah, it feels weird. It doesn't feel like it's was it a Wednesday or a Thursday? What is it? I don't even know what day it is. Wednesday. It definitely doesn't feel like a Wednesday, Stu. Definitely does not feel like a Wednesday. But what I want to know, guys, is should I keep the stream running? Please, no bum cleavage. See, that is worrying. Bum cleavage. That is always a worry. I would like to see your setup. Explain what you're doing. Do you have a GoPro you can strap to your head? No, I don't. Let it stream. Keep talking while you're taking photos. Keep us company, says Marcella. Keep it up. I will. The thing is, the mic isn't great. I can move the mic closer so that I kind of don't have to shout as much. But I do need to take some photos. So I'll tell you what, we'll do a few photos and we'll see how it works out. I'm using this crusty phone of mine. And then we'll just see how it works out. Hopefully there will be no bum cleavage, because that does worry me. My trousers do sag, so I will warn you. But we'll see what happens. But I do have a pile of stuff that I need to take photos of. Okay. So, alright. So the first item, I've got to remember the camera's up there. Okay. First item I'll be listing is this Hush, well, not listing, but photographing is this Hush jumper. So I'm going to be just getting this hung up and doing that. This is the baby alpaca job, so I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. Ideally, I think I need to get one of those. I need to get like a lavalier mic or something that with a long wire. So there we go. Use the gaming headset as the mic. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, because you can't hear me properly, can you? I don't know. Alright, anyway, I'm gonna just shout a little bit, maybe. I'm not gonna shout. No, I'm not gonna shout because then people next door will be able to hear me. And that's just weird. Alright. You're gonna have to put up with bad audio. Okay. Let's take some photos quickly. Push, Meg. Alright. So. That's a good idea though. The headset mic could work. I'm not sure. I need to figure out a mic setup. The Hush was a good find. Bum safely covered for now. That's good to know. Hi, Kelvin. No need to commentate, just get to work, says Michelle. I'll do a bit of both. You're doing great. Okay, so anyway. I'm going to take... This phone I'm using is so annoying, but the camera is actually decent. So I need to use this phone and take some photos. Okay. One there. One there. One there as well. And then I take it down. Okay. Spread it out. And then I need this. Just take a photo with the pit to pit measurement. That's quite a large. Move it out of the way actually, I don't want that. Okay. Oh, come on, this is so slow. Man, this camera, I need to get a proper camera as well. Okay, a nice photo of the tag. Get the care label out. Baby alpaca, man. Made in China. Okay. That's that done. I'm going to put this, I'm just going to put it here for now. Next item, North Face hoodie. Okay. So that's done. Next item, Chicago Bulls jersey thing. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay, guys. I don't know how that worked out. I don't know if you could hear me properly at all or not. But yeah. I just thought I would just try that. What I will do, I think what I might do is, I don't know, were you able to actually hear me when I was talking? Because I'm not sure how far the camera picks stuff up. So I've done 3 more items, and then what I'll do is I'm gonna just quickly edit and list those, and then I'll go back and maybe do some more. We'll see how it goes. But I think I prefer to have like a mic so I don't have to shout. What was the audio like? I'll have to listen back to that bit, and if it was bad, then, because otherwise, if I knew that you could hear me properly, I'd be quite happy to just talk. But if it doesn't come across right, then if it's like really muffled or weird sounding, then, you know, if I had to shout, you could hear fine. Okay, if that's the case, I will, yeah, what I'll do, because do you know what else I could do? I could actually just move this whole mic and clamp it somewhere closer to me. I could do that because there's plenty of give on this mic. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. So when I'm over there, audio was faint. See, I thought the audio would be faint, but there is an option. I could actually clamp this. I could move this microphone with me. I will get a mic sorted out at some point, and then, you know, because that would be cool if I could talk. It was faint, yeah. Some people saying it was fine. Some people saying it was faint. Yeah, it's always going to be the way. I thought. I don't think I'm more likely to side with the people that say it sounded faint. Okay would be an okay way to describe it, but yeah. Alright, so the photos have downloaded onto my computer using the cloud, which is cool, and now I'm downloading them from the cloud onto my PC. Once they're onto my PC, I can then what's it called? Yeah, I'll just download the folder onto my PC. Once it's finished downloading, I can then extract the photos. It wasn't faint, you weren't talking, lol, says Kent. Just move it as close as you can and would be okay. Alright then. Alright, next time, for the next set of photos that I do, we'll do that then. Then I can talk about the items and stuff. Because I think that would be quite a good idea. We'll do that in a moment then. Let me just extract these. Yeah, those have all gone. Yeah, I know I wasn't talking, but I felt like, oh, you can't hear me properly, Ken, that's why. But I'm just thinking, because I wouldn't mind taking more photos as well, to be honest with you, because that way would be, you know, it would just be better for me. But yeah, I think I might do that, you know. Then I can take a lot more photos. Hold on, let me just see. If I take this and unclamp it from this table, I can bring it with me. Yeah, see? Yeah, then I need something to clamp it on, really. Yeah, it's gonna have to. It's just gonna have to stay here, I think, unfortunately. Okay. Okay. No, I'm not gonna do it like that. I just don't know. I'm not happy with it. I'm gonna figure a way out of having a mic with me or something. You know, I'm gonna figure a way out. Something for me to think about. I don't like the audio being all muffled and faint. I just don't like it. I'm gonna have to figure out another option, where I can move the whole setup, or have a mic on my own. That would be really good. We'll see. Right. Next thing I've got to do is edit these photos that I've gotten, I think, and then that'll be cool. Let me just quickly change this. StreamYard full screen. Where's it gone? Listing. Okay, listing plus StreamYard. There you go. There you go. Okay, so these are the photos I took. Yeah, I need to sort out the microphone issue. Really, I don't like it being, you know, the way it is. To be honest with you, just make myself a bit smaller there, and transition that across. There you go. Super. Okay. Just time to edit these photos. So these are the pictures I just took, and I'm just going to crop them down. This is pretty much what I do with all my items. So I'll take the photo, you know, and then crop it so that I get rid of as much background as possible. Only in for a few minutes as we're setting up my latest live stream at 8:30 p.m. tonight. I hope you've had a great New Year's Eve. Thanks, Peter. Have you tried the Bazaar photo editing app? It's been a game changer for me. No, I've never even heard of it. So, no, not tried it. Okay, that photo there didn't work out, so I'll delete that. Did I take another one? Yep, there you go. That's the one that did work out. Okay, actually, I've taken multiple photos of the same thing. Okay, that's fine. Hush, alpaca. There you go. So that's that first one sorted. Then it was a North Face jacket. Okay, I need to figure out an audio solution, really. I'd like a lavalier mic, really. I think that's what I'm going to have to work on, and get a decent lavalier mic. And that way I can just have like a long mic, or something, I don't know. Or I will just move the mic across. I could turn up the gain maybe and see what happens. That could be an option, actually. Just whack up the gain. Okay, that's fine. That needs cropping. You don't want to get all this unnecessary background stuff. Move that across like that. Adjustments, that's fine. That's the measurements from across. Summit Series, cotton, there's a mark there as well, that's fine. I've never even heard of that editing app, Chernok, so I'll have to look into it maybe. Did you pay the annual fee, says Kent. I downloaded but didn't jump, says Ken. What is it, like a batch photo editing software that just does like a batch edit for you, where it just crops things or whatever? Okay, that's those done. Superb. Make a video about editing, says Ken. Seriously, it saves so much time. Yeah, it'd be good to see this editing software that you're talking about. So now I'm going to list this Hush Baby Alpaca thingy. Hush Baby Alpaca jumper. That was one. $50 a year or $80 forever. Ken says here, Tommy has used it and it can layer shirts on top of each other. I don't know what that means, Ken. I don't know what that means, but okay, so I'm using a good till cancelled. I'm using like a good till cancelled situation here. Let me just get rid of the BenQ. Oh yeah. So yeah, I need to just adjust that. Hush Baby Alpaca wool jumper, color block, and my colors are. What are my colors? That's a good question. I don't even know what they are. Be really good if I did. Okay, so what are my colors? Blue, grey, and yellow. Blue, grey, and yellow. Okay, so my colors are blue, grey, and yellow. It's pretty navy blue, isn't it? Navy blue, grey, yellow, and it's a size. Good question. What size is it? L. Size L. There we go. Happy New Year, Glock fan, to you as well. You can merge photos together that weren't originally taken together. Okay, South London says, I use Photoshop for editing, but I have been teaching it for 20 years plus. That helps, South London reseller. That does help. Okay, size L does not apply. Apply. Oh, gosh. Updating drafts. Let's go to paste. Good condition with some marks where. That's fine. Pretty pleased with that. Add the photos. So then I just select all my photos in one go. Like so. The magic scissors. Thank you, Ken. Ken has super chatted $2 to 2020. Thank you, Ken. Appreciate it. That's very kind of you. Appreciate the support you guys show to the channel. I really do. It's humbling to say the least. Chanet was saying the magic scissors to cut the background works awesome. You can create pure white backgrounds quickly. See, I'm all for having a professional looking photo and a white background, but my worry is when it looks like it's been when it looks too professional, you know, like when they take away and put it on a pure white background, the photos become like, I don't know, for me they become less, they become like you can skim past them easier, because then they start looking like stock photos even when they're not. That's my concern with that. And you know, I could be wrong, but that's just how it comes across to me. And that would, for me, would be a you know, quite a concern, really. Yeah, I'm not sure, because it just feels like when you have it on a pure white background, you suddenly take a photo of a product and make it look like a studio stock photo rather than a genuine photo. Whereas I think when I don't know, that's just how it feels to me. Like I'm probably wrong, so you know, bear that in mind. $39.99 with best offer. Am I just going for the 1% on this then? Yeah, I think that is pretty good. So we'll just save that draft. Yeah. There we go. Appreciate the super chat again, Ken. Thank you so much. Super kind of you. Genuinely appreciate it. Bike Contests has popped in as well and says Happy New Year as well. Hi Bike Contests, how are you? Okay, so that's another draft done, which is fantastic. Now we're moving on to what's the other item I've got to do. It is the North Face Summit hoodie. North Face Summit hoodie. Summit series. Full zip hoodie, 100% cotton. Summit series, okay. North Face Summit series hoodie. It's a full zip as well. Full zip. So go to some sold listings. Men's zip up hoodie, Summit series blue. That did well. Yeah. I think I might go for that myself. I'm back blow drying my mane, says DBG. Thank you for popping back. Glock fan says they look like they were taken in a hospital and nobody likes hospitals. Yeah, I skip past stock photo listings all the time when buying used stuff, says Etic. Yeah, it just feels that way. I don't know. It could be wrong. I mean, you guys tell me, like, how Chernok. I mean, if you're enjoying the photos, if you're finding they're helping you sell your product, that's all that matters, really, isn't it? Okay. I think that's similar to what we've got here. You know what? I'm just gonna go and create my own listing. I think my eBay. I'm gonna create listing. Yeah, I'm just gonna create my own listing, guys. So it's the North Face. It is the North Face, isn't it? Isn't it the North Face? Yeah, it is the North Face. The North Face. Blue full zip hoodie. I think it's a... Okay, guys, how would you describe this item? It's a full zip. It feels like it's a hoodie, but what would you call this, guys? Any advice? Double Karma, thank you so much. Double Karma just super chatted £5. Happy 2020, everyone. Roll on the car boots. Definitely looking forward to the car boots myself. Double Karma, thank you for the super chat. It's much appreciated. What do you guys reckon? Is this a hoodie? Is that a hoodie? I think it's a hoodie. Or would you call it a jacket? It's a full zip. I think it's a hoodie though. Any suggestions in chat? I would appreciate it. My thinking is that if my photos are better and more professional, it creates a more premium value. It's true, but do you not worry that people will skip past them for looking like stock photos, or is that something you're not finding? It probably, you know, and the time saving seems huge. So, hey, what's all this? Live again? Happy New Year. Hey, anomalous data point. Yeah, I thought I'd pop on and do a bit of work, doing a little bit of photographing. It's a hooded soft shell jacket. Hooded jacket. Hoodie, says Chernok. But which thing should it be under? Hoodies or coats and jackets? Hooded jacket. Yeah. So it should be under jackets, shouldn't it? Because, yeah, I get that. Jackets coming through more often in the chat. Lightweight outdoor hoodie. But in terms of category, okay, Mandy says full zip hooded jacket. Yeah, we've had quite a few people saying jackets, so I think it's got to go in coats and jackets. That's what I wanted to know. Okay, so it's going to go in coats and jackets. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you to DBG, Chernok, Stu, Kenton, Peter, Claire, Etik, Mandy, Joni. Kent has put a link in. Hoodie, coats and jackets, says Peter Alexander. Yeah, it's going in coats and jackets. Full zip hoodie, hooded jacket, size. I can't even remember the size, so I'm going to have a look. Medium. Size medium. There we go. It does not apply. Oh god, I hate doing this. Does not apply. Right, and we're going to go for condition is used. Copy and paste. Add the photos. Pow. Oh, this is nice and quick. See, I need to get my process down really quick, so this is going quite well. Hooded North Face, it's blue outer shell material. Did I not take photos of the tags on this one? I don't think I did. Oh, I did. It's cotton, 100% cotton as well, so that can go in the title. Okay, size L, no, size medium, and it's 100% cotton. I may as well put that in, why not? Hoodie, coats and jackets, click the link, says Ken. F it, it's a skirt. It's not a skirt. It's not a skirt. You know, it's, I don't know. I think jacket is probably the best thing. So it says it's cotton, so I don't know. Insulation material, God knows. It says it's just cotton, so it's just a cotton jacket. Size type regular, and it's a medium. Casual, I wouldn't wear it up a mountain. It's got a zip, and it's not vintage. There we go. So 3.8 million people can find it. I thought I did the add photos. Let's do it again, shall we? I will click the link in a new tab. Lightweight hoodie. See, they call it hoodies in America. America, they call them hoodies. Lightweight hoodies, eh? Yeah. Put tracking jacket. Trekking jacket. What do you mean, tracking or training? Do you mean tracking? I don't know. Okay. We are good. We can go copy paste. Please see photos. Okay, cost wise. Oh god, that's a good question. I'm going for 25. I don't think they're worth a lot. Yeah, but don't listen to Americans. Summit series is valued higher. Yeah, over here I don't think it's particularly like amazing here. Hoodies are hostile in the UK. Yes, $26.99 pre-owned, brand new. What's that? It's a boys one or something. Outdoor coats. North Face. Yeah, I think 25 is probably going to be around right. because it's not made of any good material or anything. So it's not made of like, it's not got like a down filling. It's just a casual jacket. So let's do the 1% as well, and just save that draft. So that is good going. We've got 2 drafts sorted there, and pow. And next we're looking at an Adidas Chicago Bulls Rose #1. Adidas Chicago Bulls Rose. There we go. So these are brand new, are like 20 odd pounds or something. So I've got a black one though. $24.99. Okay. And what's he listing that under? What's he listing that under? Basketball memorabilia? Nah, it's not memorabilia. It's just like a. I wouldn't call that memorabilia. I'd just say that's just like a regular jersey. I wouldn't say that's yeah, I'm not gonna put that in the memorabilia. I don't think that's right. Let's create listing. And it is an Chicago Bulls Adidas jersey. There you go. Okay, so this is what we're going to be doing. Chicago Bulls Adidas. Okay, NBA. Why not put NBA? Chicago Bulls Rose 1 Adidas black red jersey size. What is the size? Medium. I'm pretty sure it's a size medium. Yeah, that's right. Size M. God almighty, the other half is watching The Sound of Music. I'm actually hoping the Nazis catch them this time, says G. Oh gosh. Derrick Rose had such promise. Chernok, I don't even know who Derrick Rose is. I don't have a clue. So it's cool for me. Oh, I lost my thing now. Good condition. Consistent with use age, still with plenty of life for the new owner. See photos for further detail. I've got to make sure I copy that as well. Okay, let's just add this on. Well, she's watching The Sound of Music, Stu, and you're watching this, so which is worse? Which is worse? I'm asking which is worse. I'm not stating, you know, you're watching this, which is worse. I'm not saying it like that. But okay. No, it's not modified. It's custom. No. There we go. I think we are good. We can just go copy paste, still with plenty of life for the new owner. Please see photos for further detail. And we're going for, you know what? I think this is a 19.99 item. Really, I don't even want to put it up at 25. I just think it'll be fine if I can get 15 for it. That will be good. Save as a draft. So that is done. Zahir, sing The Sound of Music. No, The Hills, I'm not going to sing The Sound of Music. It's just not going to happen ever. eBay photos, get rid of that. Sorted. All I can hear is Baby Shark in my head. I'm not even sure why that is. I'm not sure what the whole Baby Shark thing is. Kent Daigle. I'm confused. Okay, so that's 3 more drafts. I'm going to just complete those actually. Why not? Sing along. Hey, no, there's no sing alongs here. We don't do sing alongs. Oh, what about condition required? I forgot to put condition in. Are you serious? I don't buy that for 1 second. So what I'll do is after this, I'll move the microphone as close as I can, and then we will go from there. Okay. Confirm and submit. High on a hill is a lonely goat herd. Okay, I have no clue what the chat is talking about now. I just have no clue what you guys are talking about. Really don't know what Baby Shark is. High on a hill, I don't know what that is. I don't know any of this stuff. Alright, so what we'll do is I'm going to move the mic as close as I can. I will just talk as normally as I can about whatever I'm photographing. I'm only going to do 3 items at a time, and then I will just I don't know, then we'll see how it sounds, but I think I'm going to end up needing to get like a proper camera set up. Really, I don't think this is going to work, but the good thing is I've managed to get 5 listings done now since being live, and on top of that, I think I'd done, how many have I done in total? Newly listed. Yeah, I'd done 3 before I'd gone live, so I'm on 8 today. That's not bad. 8 listings. That's not terrible. Etic says, I've just packed up a PS2 console with games and I forgot to put the RF cable in the package. Oh, unlucky. Sometimes I always look to make small holes in the packaging and just shove it through and then tape it back up at where you've created the small hole. So you can always try that, but I don't know if that's going to work. All right, let's see if this works, guys. I'm not sure. Okay, let's move this. Let's get you back onto the photo cam area. Okay. Moving the mic as close as I can in my direction. And I could turn up the gain. Hold on. Okay. Right, I've turned the gain up a little bit. Let's see if that even is that. I think that's okay. I think you're hearing me better. So I've turned the gain up. So I'm going to put away this jersey, which I should have done. I really need to I need to start actually putting these away in our storage system rather than just photoing them, but that's what's happening at the moment. So I've done this beat. Just got to put this away as well. BF Goodrich. Okay. All right. I'm not going to do jeans or anything. I've got lots of jeans and bottoms to do, but I'm going to focus on tops because I just find it easier to do similar items. And plus, the way I've got my photo set up is I have to lower that whole thing in order to do trousers. It's currently set up more for doing doing tops. So that's what I'm going to focus on. So the next item is going to be this Leeds Rhino hoodie. So more hoodies. Okay. I like my trusty hanger. And just whack that through. Okay, Live Dream Play it says. So this is by ISC. It's a size XL. Gosh, I need to stop buying clothes which have got marks and stains on them, but it just happens, and I think people are willing to just wash them. Hopefully most people that buy used clothes will wash them before wearing them. Saying that, I don't. I got this from the bin and I just wore it. So not everyone does, but some people won't actually wear used clothes without washing them. So if they buy something from eBay, it's possible that they will wash it before wearing it anyway. So there we go. And I've not had any complaints about the clothes before, so I'm hoping it won't really be an issue. Oh god, this phone is so slow to load stuff up. Okay, let's go to the square mode. Okay, and let's start snapping some photos. One of the full item, a close up of the top half, close up of the bottom half, just a close up of the chest area with all the bits. If there's any marks, I'm just going to photograph those as well. Let's turn it around as well. And this has actually got like a Rhino logo on the back, which looks pretty cool. So I'm just going to photo the back there. And take another photo of that logo. And now I'm gonna just measure take a photo with the pit to pit measurement. Oh god. Right. So this hoodie is about 23 inches across pit to pit. I'll just capture that in a photo. I'll move that bit of the tape measure out of the way. Oh, I'm going to turn HDR off. How do you turn HDR off? Why has it turned itself on? Turn it off. HDR off. There we go. The camera is slow enough without having HDR turned on as well. Okay. A picture from the shoulder to the hem or the waist. Shoulder to the waist, I suppose. I think it's called a hem. I'm not sure. That's about 26 or 27, so inches. I do all of my measurements in inches. Okay. Now I'm going to take a photo of the tag, made in China, and it's a size XL. Live, Dream, Play, it says on the other side. Fantastic. And the care label looks very, very washed out. This has obviously had a fair bit of use. It's 100% polyester, this is, so nothing spectacular, but it's a nice looking hoodie. I think a Leeds Rhino fan will enjoy having it, I'd hope. Even though it does have a little mark to the shoulder area, so that's that done. Next is this Deer Hunter thing. Yeah, it's just a plain V-neck. I'm not going to spend much time on this. Well, I will spend time on it. Spend the same amount of time as I spend on other things. So, Deer Hunter. Looking back on it, this is the kind of item I need to learn to leave. I'm looking at it now and I'm thinking, oh, this is just plain. How long would it take to sell? I mean, I think it's made of wool, so yeah, it's made in Italy, and it's 80% lamb's wool. So I'm hoping that will sell it. The fact that it's made in Italy as well. Deer Hunter leisure wear, so hopefully it will sell. And my camera has decided to go into turn itself off, which is very unhelpful. Let's get these photos taken. This camera is actually not bad considering the phone is so terrible. Let's take a picture of the little logo, close up of the tag, and on the back there's nothing to take a photo of really. Now I'm going to do the same, lay it flat on my table and put a measuring tape across. because I'm not sure if this has got a size written on it. It's a V-neck. Okay, it's a size L. Okay, size L, large. Okay. I don't actually measure any. I don't actually put these measurements in the listing. I just have a photo of the clothing with the measuring tape. So if anyone sees it, they can make their own decision. As to whether they think something's going to fit them, or as to whether they're going to just go by the normal sizing, like, oh, it's a size large, I normally wear a large, so that's fine for me. So maybe that's what some people do, and some people actually want to see what the measurement is, which is understandable. So this is about 28 inches from the shoulder to, well, no, 27.5 inches from shoulder to the hem, I think. I don't even know the terminology really, but there we go. And then I'm going to make sure I get some photos of the tag stating that it's made in Italy and all that jazz. Hopefully this is... I really hope you guys can hear me, because otherwise this sucks. And then when I get closer to the mic, I'm going to have to turn the gain down. Okay, so that's that sorted. That's another item. That's number 2. And number 3 is actually going to be that cycling jersey, which does have a mark on it, but I'll just photograph it and state it. When you start washing everything that you buy and all that stuff, you start losing value, because then you're like, you know, as soon as you start taking that much time, you're going to start losing value. Okay. Just quickly do that. It's got a couple of marks on it really, but I think they're like mud. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to waste time on it. A couple of marks. My generic description should cover it. I always say with some marks and wear, so it should cover it. This should photo nicely as well, because the colours are so cool. This is so nice, so super vintage. Why is it all bright on me? I don't know. That's actually really good. This takes really decent photos considering how naff the phone is in general. Okay, let's turn it around. On the back side, there's quite a hefty stain. I'll just photograph that close up. I wish this is just such a nice jersey. Really vintage cycling jersey. Just unzip that and take photos of the tags now and all that stuff. Oh. I've got to be careful, don't want to stretch it out too much. Okay, so this is a size 3, is it? Made in Belgium. Okay. Taking close-ups of tags which are folded is really difficult, because you sometimes get your nails in really close, and I don't know, I just think that's a bit gross. Especially if your nails aren't tidy, it can look really gross. So I try to avoid having my hands in any photos that I can, really. Oh gosh. This is gonna be difficult. Okay, let's just take photos like that. I know it's made in Belgium, and I know it's a size 3, so I'll just live with that. I don't think there's anything else there. So now I need to just do the measurements. Photos with the measurements. Pit to pit. Size 3 is quite small because that's like a 38-inch chest. So 19-inch pit to pit, so yeah, that's definitely a small to, yeah, it's a small size, isn't it? 38-inch chest? Or is it a medium? I don't know. Length is about 29. It's quite long for the size, so that's that photo done. And again, I will just fold this, and I'm going to have to put these into some kind of a system later. Okay. Let's turn the gain down a bit. There we go. Okay. Alright guys. Ooh, so that's super loud now. Let me know if it's too loud. Let me know guys what it sounds like now. Hope it's not terrible. How was the audio guys? How was the audio? Please let me know what the audio was like, because I'm kind of worried. I did turn the gain up a little, so I don't know whether you could hear me more or not. Now, what do people say? I put a coin on the tag to hold it down. That's a very clever idea, Ken. Oh, especially if it's a folded over tag, that could work. That's a really, really good idea. Andy GB says, happy birthday, Mr. Fulton Emraz. Mud from cycling. Audio was decent. Thank you, Chernok. Good. And Zahir is banned from the washing machine is the truth, says the Hills. And DBG says it's hard enough to keep up with the family's washing as it is, never mind washing stock as well. Yeah, I really don't like I don't like the thought of adding more work, because also when you've got to wash something, I feel it's taking away value from it's taking profit from you, because the time, the effort, and obviously the cost, the wear on your machine. I know all that stuff is minuscule, but nonetheless it still is taking away profit. So hey Rusted Raccoon, how are you? Thank you for popping in. Well, I've still got over 80 people in here. Hey Tracy, Dams are here smashing it in 2020 already. Happy New Year, my friend. Thank you for popping in, Tracy. I didn't check out a lot of what happened. Well, I didn't see any of it yet, but 6 hours was it? 6 hours? And that was after 4 hours from Andrew. That's amazing. You guys must be knackered. But I hope it was a good show. I'm probably going to stick it on and watch it in the background at some point during the week. Thank you for popping in though, Tracy. Really do appreciate it. So it's over 80 people in here still, which is fantastic considering you're watching my fat backside taking photos. So yeah, appreciate it. Right, now I need to you didn't miss anything. Oh, you're just saying that. You're just saying that. Right. Oh wow, I've had an offer on that Yves Saint Laurent already. Not as good an offer as I'd like, but it's an offer. Audio was good. That's great. That's great. I'm glad that the audio was decent. Thank you so much. So I can just turn the gain up a little bit because that makes the microphone more sensitive. And then yeah. Happy New Year, Z and everyone. I'm in lurk mode today. No worries, BCP. I completely respect that. Thank you for popping in. Rory says, best view in the house. Okay, Rory. Yeah, I'm not going to accept. Someone's just offered me £25 on that YSL. What do you guys think? I don't know. It's not enough. It's not enough, I think. It's just been listed. But then again, this is... Help me out here, guys. So this is an interesting thing, right? I've literally photographed and listed an item right in front of you. It's cost me only £1.50. It does have its flaws. I've listed it for 60 and I've been given an offer of 25, and there is plus shipping. Who in the chat would accept that? Please let me know if in the chat you would accept the 25 plus shipping, or would you ask for a little bit more considering it's literally just been listed. What you got in it and how much does it owe you? £1.50 I paid. Yeah, wait a bit. Too low of a price if it's only... Take it, quick flip, boom, goodbye, says DVG. See, I know what you're saying there. I completely... Counter offer for 35, says Watcher. I could. 30. See, 35 I think I would have taken. 35 I think I would have just taken. But I've just been offered 25. So I'm like, 25 is a little bit low, isn't it? A little bit low. But then I'm like, it's an instant profit. Oh gosh. Yeah, I can't take... I've listed it for 60. But it's... I'll show you what it is. I'll show you what it is, guys. It's... It is this jumper here. It's this jumper here, guys. So it's this one here. And it does have a couple of issues. The issues are it has got a stain there, like a small stain there, but on the shoulder there's like a slight discoloration where something has happened. You know, like I think it's something. There's something that's that stain doesn't come out. It's like a slight orange almost. So God knows what it is. So there is that on the sleeve. It's slight. It won't really affect it. It is a vintage jumper, knitted. It is really nice. So I'm kind of like, what do you guys reckon? When I get instant offers, I know others are probably looking for this too. Number of factors: if need the money or sell slow, take it and run. If not, counter, explaining only just listed it. They're probably expecting a counter. Yeah, I think I'll go for a counter. In the antiques trade, we often say your first offer is the best offer. It's all cash flow. Get it in, get it on, get it gone. Thing is, we're already on a £230 day so far because of that amp sale. So we're doing well with turnover today. Oh, but then it does have those flaws as well. So counter 35. It's still a bit low. I'd look for 35 with the flaws. Yeah. The first looks like a stain from spaghetti bolognese. It may well be. It may well be. Yeah, see, we're on £250 of sales today so far, so we're good for sales, but I kind of do want more than that. I think I'm going to counter it, right? I think it's worth more. It's a nice jumper. The people asking a lot more money for a similar jumper. I think I'm going to counter with 40. I think 40 is fair. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I've just counted. Kent says, nah, lowball offer counter. You're in the business to sell, not store items for display. That is true. That is very true, Jay Dennis. I can respect that that train of thought. Nice lurk mode. BCP's awake. Counter at 40, accept 35. Yeah, I've counted at 40, Karen. We'll see what happens. All right, guys. So just for the sake of content, this is what I do. So I've taken photos on this phone, which is a horrible phone to use in every way, but it takes better photos than my old phone, but I'm still getting rid of it because it's this horrible phone. I did a review of this phone on my other YouTube channel, and I slated it because it's the worst phone. My SIM is not in this phone at the moment, I don't think. I'm only using it for photos, and it's so sluggish and horrible. But anyway, I take photos on this phone, and the photos get sent to my computer on Google Photos, and then I just highlight the photos that I've just taken, which are up to here, and then I just download them. Oh, but sometimes it doesn't choose them all, which is really annoying. Why is it doing that? Let's just do a refresh. Yeah, so basically everything from here to here. There we go. So everything has been selected. Apart from that, for some bloody reason, why is it doing dumbness like that? There you go. Okay, so everything's selected. I think so. And then I just click these three dots, and I go to download, and it will come. It will download the photos to my eBay folder. And then once it's downloaded, then bam. I've sent a counter. I don't know if they're gonna accept the counter offer or not. Jasmine says take it if it's stained. Yeah, see, I could have, but I don't know. We'll see what happens now. We'll see what happens. I have sent a counter. The chances are I'm not going to hear anything now, but we'll see. Oh, I think they have countered. Oh, they've offered 35. Yeah, that I'm happy with. 35. I'm happy with that. Yes, £35, guys. Instant money. I'm very happy with that. So, superb. Accept it due to damage, says Claire. Yeah, I've accepted it due to damage. So, there you go. Take photos on phone, upload to computer. Notice that your private pics are now on a celeb nude website. Remind yourself the firewall needs updating, says Jay Dennis. I hope not. So yeah, I've accepted that. I'm very happy. £35, it's gone. Really, really happy with that. Yep, appreciate it, guys. So now the photos that I have taken are on my PC. Well, go to my photos and I can extract them. So basically, all the photos are now on my PC, and I can now get on with the task of editing these, which shouldn't take me too long, because I think, you know, I try to do the best I can, but sometimes you do need to do a little bit of adjustment. This Hush jumper should be a nice sale. I'm really looking forward to this. Selling. We'll save that. Got 30 listings done. Wowza, that's a nice amount of listing. Okay, let's get rid of that. Hold on, have I listed this stuff? Hold on, I've listed these. Hold on. Have I already listed the Hush? I have, haven't I? Hold on. I think it should start from here. Yeah, I've listed those already. Yeah, it's just downloaded them again. I just downloaded them again by accident. Because I've been doing 3 at a time, right? Oh, man. Seriously? Alright, let me just check what I've listed. This is so confusing sometimes. Well, it's not really, but, you know, it can be. Yeah, those are listed. Yeah, I knew it. I just had a feeling something wasn't right. So here's my, like, these are like, let's go to newly listed. Yeah, there you go. See, those are the last 3 items. And we've listed that coat thing as well. Yeah, I thought I had. I listed that jumbo speaker, listed the PlayStation as well, and these wrestling figures. So those have all been listed today. So, yeah. Zahir finds a way to increase eBay profit and sell it twice. Why does it hurt your brain? Why does it hurt your brain? DPG. Okay, so let me just delete the ones that I've done incorrectly. There you go. There you go. So 1, 2, and 3. There you go. So this is what I need to edit. Sort active listings by date listed. Yes, I know Frankie's finds. Etic says yes, you did. Yeah, thank you for clearing that up. Zahir, how did you and the family ring in the new year? Nothing. Like Beck had gone to bed. You know, we just didn't do anything. Yeah, we're having a nice roast dinner today. Beck is making a dinner. So I'm hoping to have a nice roast dinner. But yeah, we didn't really do much. It's not a big thing for us, really. Just how we feel. Jasmine says, "Well done, Z, from a quid." Well, it's £1.50, but yeah, very happy. From £1.50 to 35 in minutes of listing. I'm not going to grumble. That's a really, I'm a very happy bunny with that sale. Yeah, that's how I feel. So hopefully it'll stay sold as well. Hopefully when they receive it, they'll be happy. And yeah, all the kerfuffle and confusion. Yeah, it can happen. It happens sometimes, kerfuffle and confusion. Okay, let's get these listed as well. Nothing. That's the spirit, Sandy. Yeah, we're not. I'm not massive into. None of us like massive into New Year. You know, like it was nice. I suppose that it's a new year and everything, but you know, I just don't see the hype. I'll be honest with you. Like, yeah, it's a new year. You know, if anything, it makes me sad. It's like more time has gone. You know. But yeah, we didn't do anything special. We just chilled out. We're going to do something special today. We're going to have a nice lunch today, nice dinner. That for us, that's important, to sit down and have like a nice family, like, you know, it'd be like having another Christmas roast. Let's just kind of make that a bit smaller. Thank you, Jasmine Kathy. First sale of the day, a first sale of the new year, a plush rainbow dog. Cool. I spent it live on YouTube. I can't judge. I know, that's a fun thing to do. You know, spending it with friends on YouTube. That's a really great way of doing it. If I had the energy, if I'd been around and awake, I would have loved to have been in the chat as well. But yeah. See, look at that photo of the tag. That's good. Made by Deer Hunter. Made in Italy. 80% lamb's wool V-neck. And now this is something I'm going to list for a high price if I can. I think this is going to go on for a high price because this is vintage. This is vintage AF, as they say, as the Utes say. La Redoux. Okay, need to crop that image, definitely. Made in Belgium. Okay. Always good to see you, Bumcrap Picker says, Watcher 1421. Just Kathy says, thanks, y'all. DB says, I had fun on YouTube seeing the new year into. Yeah, I would have loved to have done that, but I was too tired. Tracy says, love the cycling jersey. Yeah, it's really, really vintage, Tracy. It's like made in Belgium. The tag on it is so cool. Wait a second, I'll show you the tag. The tag on it is so cool. It is really nice. I was excited when I saw it. It's got a little mud stain there, but you know. Look at that tag. I don't even know what that is. Is that a Z? I wish I knew what the brand was, but it's made in Belgium. So yeah, that is a cool tag. I really like that. Anyway, so that is all the photos done. As in terms of editing and things like that. So now it's just a case of what is it now? A case of well, just a case of getting them listed now. So let's get going. Let's see. What do I need to do? What's the first item? I've forgotten already. Leeds Rhinos hoodie. Okay, Leeds Rhinos hoodie. Okay. We're gonna create a listing. Resell King is Brandon. Oh, Resell King is the young guy that has a snake. But there's more to him than that. I don't. That it's not the right way to describe someone. Hey, Bad Biscuit says tricoders, tricoder. I'd love to know. It's a size 3, but it's tricodnat. It's an. I don't know what it is, but still. Anyway. Time to get listing. Oh, I've got send offers available as well. You know. Okay. North Face has already got send offers available on it, and a men's fat face as well. Yeah, just put some percentage off here. Send offers. There we go. He's the young guy in the Air Force. Show the brand again, says Etic85. Here is the brand Etic. That is the brand that I'm trying to figure out. It's actually an NAZ. So if I actually can show that, which is going to be impossible with all this lighting. Oh, I can't even show it. It's so I'm looking at it on my screen and it's just everything is over exposed. Oh man. Let me just see if I can't really, yeah. It looks like it says CODNAZ, and maybe it's a T, I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Right. DBG has got to go, I think. No worries. Thank you for popping in, Leanne. Right. So, let's get some listing done. Put this here for now. Leeds Rhino hoodie. I see Leeds Rhino's hoodie. Right. Having a look at the listings, that's an extra small. They're asking $10.99. Yeah, that guy is asking silly money. 18 for new, other brand new. I think that is pretty much the one. But ours is obviously used, so I'm gonna be. Yeah, I don't think this was a great pickup. I'll sell one like it anyway. Rugby kit, men's sportswear. Is that a squad hoodie? That's different as well. I'm not sure about that. What does ours look like? Does ours even look? Does it have yellow on it? No, ours has got like green on it. So with green. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to just do that as a I don't know. I'm just gonna call it like a normal hoodie. Let's just delete that draft, and I'm just going to create my own listing. I think it's the easiest way. Okay, Leeds Rhinos SC training hoodie. Rugby league shirts, training kits. Yeah, that'll be fine. Leeds Rhinos ISC training hoodie, and it's a size XL ISC. Okay, size XL, and does not apply. Condition is used. just add the photos. Looking dark out there. Yes, Karen, I've just turned the lights off. I've not even put lights on here. Okay. Oh my god, I can't believe we've been going for 2 hours 40. So after I've done these 3, I'm gonna end the stream, guys, because I'm gonna need to go and chill out, have something to eat. Right, ISC is the brand. Clothing type is a hoodie. Jacket, outerwear. Training pants, sweats, hoodies. It's a size XL. Custom bundle, no. Subtype, I don't know. Main color, I think it's a blue. Modified item, no. Item type, it's a hoodie. That's what it is in hoodies. Gender is for men. I don't know where it's manufactured, doesn't matter. I think we're good. Still with plenty of life on you. Owner, please see photos for further detail. Considering brand new, these are selling for like 20 odd pounds. I'm gonna have to just accept that it was a bad buy. We'll go for 18 with best offer. It cost me £1.50, so I'm not gonna like lose too much sleep over it. But we'll see what happens. We'll save that as a draft. These rhinos, I see training hoodie, size XL. Super. And we can bring up the photos, and this time we'll just delete there. And the next item, Deer Hunter leisure wear. Okay. Let's do this. Poshmark is very different now, Kathy. I'm getting a panel together to discuss it and get some motivation back. Will be on Andy's channel this month sometimes, says Tracy. Okay. I don't know anything about Poshmark. We don't have it over here, so. Grailed has been good this week. You've got Grailed, you've got Goat, StockX for as well. There's a lot of platforms. I think all the hip kids list on Grailed, Goat, and StockX. That's what I've heard. And from the research I've done. Okay, Deer Hunter. Deer Hunter. Leisure wear. V-neck. Jumper. Sporting goods, hunting clothing. Ooh, what do I go for? I'm just going for just a normal jumper. V-neck. Lamb's wool jumper made in Italy. There we go. Oh yeah, size is an L, I think. Size is an L. Let's have a look. Oop. Yep, size L. Superb. Size L. Does not apply. Condition is. Oh, I keep on forgetting to put the SKU in, man. And plus, on top of that, I should have like ready like what SKU numbers and things. Oh god. Hey guys, says pigs can fly. Wow, started 2 hours ago. Yeah, it's been longer than I had anticipated. I'm just gonna do these 3 and then I'm gonna call it a day. Hey Mr. Lobster, how are you? Happy New Year. I'm not a hip kid, says Just Me Kathy. You don't need to be a hip kid, you just need to sell where the hip kids are buying. The hip kids spend a lot of money on clothes. The money that kids will spend on clothes is just insane. I don't know if you guys have seen, but I'll give you a great example. There's a song by some guy called Black Bear, and I think, I'm not sure what the song is called, but it's really catchy. Yeah, I do know what it's called. It's called Hot Girl Bummer Anthem, or Hot Girl Bummer or something. And he's like a typical modern day artist, covered in tattoos, hands, face, everywhere. And you know, he's super cool and looking emo and everything, and just but it's a very good song. It's a very catchy song, and he's wearing a hoodie. It's a black hoodie which says hoodie on the front, and on the back it has a dictionary definition of the word hoodie. Literally a printout, a screen print, a dictionary definition of the word hoodie. But because it's by a brand called Vetements, to buy it on Grailed or StockX or whatever, you're looking at about $1,000, about $1,000 for this hoodie. There is someone selling a cheap knockoff on Etsy for about $40 or $50, where it says hoodie, has the dictionary definition, but it just doesn't have the Vetements branding on the hood itself. But it's crazy, and kids will pay for that. They will watch that video, and then they will want to buy that particular, you know, they will want to buy that. That is it. Okay, now what is the style of this jumper, guys? I need help, please. Anyone in the chat? It's a V-neck jumper, like so. V-neck jumper. But is it a cardigan? It's not a cardigan. What's a Henley? A pullover or a vest? It's not a vest because it's got sleeves. Could it be a pullover? Could it be a Henley? What is a Henley? Henley jumper. What is, just find out. What's it? Henley jumper. What is a Henley jumper? Images. Okay. Okay. I'm guessing a Henley jumper is one with a button. So I'm guessing it's just going to be a pullover jumper. Yeah, it's going to be a pull. I don't know. I'm guessing I'm just going to go for pullover because it's just a pullover. Yeah. Wool. And what color is that? Is that like a beige? That's a beige color. I think that's a beige. Pullover, says everyone, yeah. And I think that's a beige color. I got Jazzy. Plus, I like the idea in my head that I'm posting twice as many. It keeps me motivated. Holy moly, 1K. Pullover, everyone says thank you. Henley is a waffle style fabric, says Michelle Lathan, and Henley has buttons. Yeah, I noticed that in the images. So that's something new I've learned. Henleys have buttons. So yeah. So jumper. Size is a regular. Is it a large? I think it's a large. It's vintage. No, it's not vintage. It's casual, I'd guess. And it's made in Italy. That's super. So let's just copy and paste this across. I'm not expecting great things because I don't think it's a fancy brand, but it is made in Italy. I don't know, Deer Hunter. I'm going to go for $24.99 with best offer because it is lamb's wool. It is nice. And we'll give it the 1% shot in the arm and see what happens. Got to sell the sizzle and not the steak, says Kent. Oatmeal color. Yeah, I'm just going with beige, I think. Like a thermal with buttons is a Henley. That's a good description, Kent. Yeah, so that is another item listed. Savers Draft, that's good. I am very, very pleased, guys. Very pleased. So now I can just get these photos and just delete that. And then we come on to the fancy La Redoux Motorbicane hoodie, which will be interesting to list. Create listing. Hello Z, the sleeves are freakishly long. Are they meant to put your hands together and cover? I don't know, Myra. I don't know. I don't know. Vintage do cycling jersey. Yeah, we'll call it that. Oh, you've done. Thank you, Kent. You've opened a tab for me. Made in Spain, size 3. Mine's made in Belgium. Wow. So mine's a long sleeve. Thank you for sharing that. $116. Wow. It hasn't sold, but there's this. Mine's a short sleeve. Made in Spain. Mine's size 3, but yeah. That is really cool. Thank you for that. Appreciate that, Kent. Vintage La Redoux Moto Bicane. I wish I could understand what, I wish I could understand what the tag said. Jersey size 3 made in Belgium. Okay. I'm not afraid to click Kent's links like I am Rick's, says Just Me Kathy. Hey Tommy, how are you? Lol, no rhinos. Rick is Star City Picker, isn't he? He's the one that comes up with all the videos of giant land mammals making sweet love, right? Used. Okay, add photos. Pow. I think what you have, it's the official manufacturer who were providing the jersey to the cyclists, as back then all that mattered to have the sponsored on the jersey. What do you think I should price this as? I think it should be quite high, but I don't know how high I should go. I don't want to go too high. See okay, now maybe it's going to come up with the brand. Okay, so let's try the brand again. Okay, so we're going to go with Tricodnaz. Is it Tricodnaz? I've got it here. I'm going to try that again. Let's try to find this brand. Vintage cycling jersey. Because it would be so good if I could actually find the brand. Because I think that would be just amazing. Let's try Tricodnaz. That doesn't even sound right. Tricodnaz. Tricodnaz vintage cycling jersey. If I could find what the brand is. No, see, it doesn't come with it doesn't make any sense. Tricodnaz. And what does Tricodnaz come up with? In Ireland, there you go. Tricodnaz. Yeah, there you go. Someone was trying to sell something, Tricodnaz, retro 80s, but I don't know if they were right or not. They were trying to sell it, and then they relisted it at auction. No one was buying it. Cycling tracksuit, 80s. Yeah, they kept on relisting it at auction, and in the end, it sold for £55. That was after just sticking it on auction. I'm gonna put that in Tricodnaz. It could be Tricodnaz. It could be. Okay, Tricodnaz. We'll put that in anyway, and we'll see what happens. Size, it's a 3, whatever that means. Size 3. Sleeve type, it's a long sleeve. Gender, I'm just gonna put unisex adults. It has got a quarter zip. Where is it? Half zip. Alt 189. Is it? Oop, no. What's happened there? Create listing. Okay. Okay, that's not right. We'll just put in quarter zip. Quarter zipper. Custom bundle. No. Modified. No. Type. Racing jersey. Color. Green, I suppose, is the predominant color type thing. I don't know. What time does Zahir go to bed? Oh, I went to bed like, oh God knows, I went to bed quite early. I didn't even really stay up for the New Year stuff. I think we may have just made it, but we were just chilling. I wasn't up all night, Mr. Lobster, and I did not find crack in the bin. But yeah, okay, so it's very vintage. It's really cool, this thing. I do like it a lot, and I think it should fetch good money. I just don't know. I would go high, says Etic. 120 if you're the only one in the market with the real deal from the 80s. It definitely looks vintage. I mean, that label is vintage AF. So I'm really excited about that. Others are just repros. Yeah, this is legit, like old as hell. So I'm with you. Let's go for 120. What's the worst that can happen? People can make offers, can't they? It's a nice looking jersey. It really is. It really is a nice looking jersey. Save that as draft. And that, my friends, is another 3 items. And it brings us nicely to almost 3 hours of streaming, which is quite a lot. I wouldn't mind carrying on, but I don't know. Should I carry on? I could always come on later. I think I just need to stop and have something to eat, maybe get a drink. I'm a bit thirsty. What do you guys reckon? And tell me what you think of this whole style of video. Is it genuinely of interest? I mean, is it okay when I just go over and take photos and stuff? I don't know. I don't even know anymore. But let me know, guys. I'd appreciate your input. But yeah, coming up to nearly 3 hours. Hopefully someone else will be going live soon, because I'm going to go and take a break at least. And if this gets a good reception, I might just do these more and more, because I like the fact that I'm getting work done. I know I've only gotten, 8 items listed since being live or whatever, but in total that puts me on like 11 for the day, I think. So, you know, can't grumble. I can't grumble. I'm pretty sure I've done that many. Let me just go for time newly listed. Yeah. Yes, I didn't watch, but it's wonderful. Thank you, Tommy. Great video. Late night stream, please, says Silver Manny. Yes, it is. I might do the late night thing again, because I think I work better late at night, and when I go to bed too early, I just disturb Beck with snoring. And Ian Kimmin says it's nice to see other ways of doing things. Yeah, I mean, and plus hopefully I might be able to pick up a few ways of improving what I'm doing. There are things I need to do straight away to improve what I'm doing, which would help, but for now this is the system. Ideally what I should be doing is, when I'm doing the photos, I should be putting them into their bags for SKUs in our clothing system. Otherwise it becomes hard to find clothing, because at the moment I'm very hit and miss with that, and I want to fix that. I can do late night tonight if you want, because I've got a late start tomorrow. Can I? I've been given permission. I can do late night tonight. So there you go, guys. I'll be on later tonight then. Been on for 3 hours now anyway. Thank you everyone for popping in. I really do appreciate it. It's genuinely appreciated. The support you guys show is fantastic. So I will be on later tonight then, because Becca said yay. And yeah, that'll be great, and I'll do some more of this, because it's getting some work. I'm getting some work done, which is brilliant. At least we can push you to work. It really does help me to work, considering it's New Year's Day. Georgina says, right, I'm having a YouTube break this month, but Z, you're my exception while I'm working. Fantastic, Georgina. Thank you. I feel humbled, and I feel great that we are the exception. Thank you, Georgina. Frankie's Fine says, I think this, as I can work along with you and get more done. Super. Going to the bins today? No, Rob, I'm not going to the bins. The bins are closed. They're open tomorrow. So I'll be going there tomorrow, but I will be on later tonight. I'll be doing more listing. We've got piles of clothes to get through, guys, and I really want to do this. So yeah, enjoy your roast dinner. I will. Thanks, Z. I got some listings done too, says it's a bit fantastic. Thank you, Beck. We missed Z for the last 48 hours. Yeah, you gotta have a break sometimes, guys. I'm refreshed now. And check out my Under Armour hoodie. How nice is that? Look at this. Protect this house. Alright, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.